You're listening to Myers-Briggs Question Corner with Edythe Richards.
Today's question is from Mark. I'm a perceiver on the Myers-Briggs. At work, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I just don't think or behave like others at my office, though I try to fit in. They're very formal and structured. I'm more laid back and fun. My desk looks like a mess, but it's how I like it, and I know where everything is. I've been told I have poor time management, but I've never been late with any of my assignments. Do you have strategies that can help me with my time management? The needs of both judging and perceiving types are very different. Judging types need to have a sense of control and closure, while perceiving types need to feel free to enjoy themselves without being micromanaged. Let's be clear. Time management is critical, and if you want to survive in the 21st century, you have to move fast and manage your time well. To my Myers-Briggs perceiving types who are tuning in, if you're working with judging types, here are 3 points to keep in mind. First, judging types place a high value on time. If you're not on time for work or for a meeting, J's will become frustrated. For you perceiving types, time has a different meaning. If you're a couple of minutes late, no biggie. That's probably still fairly punctual in your mind. For you, strict timelines are roadblocks that infringe on your spontaneity and unexplored options. You're probably hesitant to commit to a deadline for fear that something better might come along. But J's don't operate this way. Second, J's don't like last-minute changes at all. Judging types are planners, and they like to be prepared. Because they expect a set plan to be followed, they may have a hard time accommodating new or unexpected changes. In contrast, you, the perceiving type, adjusts well to surprises and have an attitude that there's always more time. Let's just relax and take advantage of this sudden opportunity. J's don't operate this way. Third, J's are most comfortable when everything has been decided or completed. Judging types make decisions quickly. They may feel tension or pressure before a decision is made. Making decisions relieves this tension. As a result, J's will take in only the amount of information needed to make a decision as quickly as they can so they can move on. You, on the other hand, feel tension when you're forced to make a decision before you're ready, and thus you try to keep your options open as long as possible. This may look like procrastinating to the J, but for you, it's about gathering enough information to make a proper, informed decision. J's don't operate this way. At work, you, the perceiving type, may feel like you're at a disadvantage for 2 reasons. First, there are slightly more judging types in the world according to the statistical information on CAPT, the Center for Applications of Psychological Type. Secondly, you may, by necessity, adopt a judging style at work. Leaving options open or focusing on process rather than outcomes is not the preferred way to operate in most workplaces. You may feel like J's are control freaks who rush to judgment without considering alternatives and resent the fact that J's dominate the corporate world, getting paid big bucks for making decisions that you think are hasty or misguided. Furthermore, your contributions may not be recognized or valued. Okay, he got it on time, but just before the deadline. Or, she's too unreliable and I never know when she'll come up with something completely off the wall. You and other P's can easily get down on yourselves and lose confidence because it seems like the corporate world doesn't value your gifts. Perceivers, you do have advantages in the workplace. Those people who troubleshoot unexpected problems, improvise solutions and problem solving in call centers, with IT, with medical emergency, these are P's in their element. You're the folks who see multiple possible outcomes, improvise with ease, and jump in at just the right moment. In today's highly competitive workforce, it's important to maximize your productivity, whether you're a perceiving type or a judging type. However, this is done in different ways for different people. For my J's who are tuning in, please note that traditional time management techniques may actually undermine a perceiver's productivity, and if you try to make them conform, you'll cause passive-aggressive behavior, active disengagement, or outright resentment, which can lead to, in worst-case scenarios, lost revenue and employee turnover. Here are 3 time management tips Myers-Briggs perceivers can use to help with productivity and efficiency. First, consider lists. I don't mean to-do lists of things you absolutely must do with a hard deadline, but lists of things that you need to get done. Big, small, long, and short-term tasks. You don't have to go through them in any particular order. Choose the task on your list that you feel most motivated and inspired to do, and do it. You'll benefit much more with this approach that tunes into your natural flow state. Second, try something different. Most perceivers hate doing the same thing the same way more than once. They don't have the same appreciation for standard operating procedures as judging types, and following an established protocol often takes Ps more time because they're not as motivated to do it. So Ps, if you can find a new, different way to perform the same boring task, then by all means do it. But here's the caveat. Know that the Js you're working with will accuse you of wasting time or reinventing the wheel. To appease them, make sure you reach your end result as quickly as possible. Third, pretend you're a J when you must. Most workplaces are biased towards a judging style, and there's not much you can do to change this. If your goal is to be valued and rise to the top, the fact is that you need to be on time to meetings, turn in your assignments on time, and play by the rules of your organization. But when you're able to accomplish tasks on your own schedule or in your own way, allow yourself the flexibility and spontaneity that you crave. To my listeners, I'm going to sum up this show by reminding you that the Myers-Briggs is a great tool for understanding certain behaviors and trait preferences, but it doesn't measure your will to achieve. Whatever you do in life is a matter of tuning yourself into who and what you want to be. It's your choice at the end of the day. Mark, thanks for writing in with your question.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you'd like to hear more, or you'd like to submit a question yourself, then you can find us at www.atopcareer.com. Until next time. MBTI and Myers-Briggs are registered trademarks of the MBTI Trust.